Near the end of the $1 rack, I saw this brand new sealed game, Babylon's Fall. So in the separate Wii section, I found this Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. Always gotta check the calculator area when I'm at Goodwill, and did find something. Got a TI-83 Plus. What's up everyone? We're back again with another episode for this week. I really don't have too much to say to start off this video. We've been building up this collection so much each episode, especially the past 3 episodes. We've been buying tons and tons of games. I think our game fund is getting a little lower now. So today we're gonna try to focus on buying some items that we can flip to bring up that game fund. I know every time I say that, we always end up finding cheaper games that we want to just buy and add to this collection. But yeah, for this video, I'm going to try to get that game fund up. We'll try to visit more Goodwills and find cheaper items that we can flip. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into some updates and see what we sold. So here is how our collection looks right now. Tried my best to kind of sort it all out. Got a ton of games up here and then starting to put more games down here. I tried to put some of the more higher value games up top, but right now it just looks like it's just a bunch of random games. But you got some Xbox games down here, and then some PlayStation games down here. And then in this bin, we just have items that we're flipping. And for this week, we actually did start off by selling 2 games. The first game we sold was this right here. This Black Ops 2 for the Xbox 360. We picked this one up at that Goodwill donation bin. And we sold this one for $15. So even loose like this still has some decent value. And then we also just sold this right here. This is the Batman Return to Arkham games. Wasn't sure if I was going to sell this or not, but ultimately I just decided to get it listed since our game funds are down. And this has a reprinted case, so didn't really want to keep it. This one actually sold for $14 with both games in there. So yeah, that'll be more funds to add to our collection. So after eBay fees and the shipping, we'll get to add this much back to our collection. Now let's go out there and see what else we can find. I was actually out of town during the weekend and had to stop at one of my favorite game stores in Eau Claire. One of my favorite things about this game store was this cheap rack of games. They had games for $5 on the top row, and I just kind of scanned through. This was the PlayStation section, and they actually had some very good games for really cheap. You can see Grand Theft Auto 5 here. You can see some God of War games as well. And then also a PlayStation 4 section, Street Fighter 5. And then below that was a $2 game section. I definitely had to scan through this one as well. Any games I can get for $2. The first game I found was Dead Island. This was one that I was definitely interested in. Such a fun first-person zombie story game. Near the end of the $1 rack, I saw this brand new sealed game, Babylon's Fall. Never seen this before, but a PS4 brand new game for $1. I think I'm gonna grab it. Continued scanning through the $1 games and spotted some Grand Theft Auto 3 games. I'm definitely picking up any Grand Theft Auto game for $1. And then came the Xbox section. Started at the top for the $5 games, and they had some good Xbox One games. Sekiro, I've actually never played that one before. And then in the $2 games, they had a bunch of great titles as well. The first game I actually spotted was Batman Arkham Asylum. I want to complete this set of games, and I don't have this one yet, so probably gonna grab it. And then I spotted BioShock Infinite. I also need to complete the BioShock set. Big fan of these games, and this one was amazing. As I scanned further, I found BioShock 2. So had to add this one to my pile. Complete as well. So in the separate Wii section, I found this Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. I know this has a ton of value and they had it listed for $7.99. I think I may pick this one up. Sells for around 30. They had such an amazing plushie section as well. You just don't see this stuff anywhere. Bunch of Mario stuff, some Sailor Moon, and then even some Ratchet and Clank plushies. Never seen these before. And then randomly I found this in this pile, a Traptanium portal. My eyes lit up like crazy because I know these have a ton of value. $14.99, not bad if I can sell it for around 50 to 60, and it sells pretty quick. Yeah, you guys always have such like a huge selection of games and stuff.
We try to.
And then yeah, the $5 and under rack is pretty nice too.
All right, $35.85. Did you want to make one?
No, we're from out of town, so we were just here for the weekend, but we always stop by. But yeah. Back at a Goodwill this week, and actually found some games down here, a bit low down here. Got a GTA 4. Don't think I picked one of these up yet. Definitely a fun one. No price on it. Hopefully they give it to us for cheap. Got a Modern Warfare 2 right here. Burnout Paradise. I've actually never played this one, I don't think. Oh, it's got a receipt in there. But I did play some of the older Burnouts. Burnout is definitely a fun game. You basically just crash into other cars, try to destroy them. Still looking through some DVDs and spotted something pretty interesting. The Twilight Zone Classic Christmas Episodes. Actually haven't seen this, but I'm a big fan of the Twilight Zone. I absolutely loved these movies. I remember back in like, I think 8th grade or 7th grade, they made us read like a Twilight Zone passage or chapter, and we actually ended up watching it as well. It was actually the Monsters on Maple Street. I think that's what it's called.
Steve, the power's off. I had the soup on the stove and the stove just stopped working. Is your phone all right? I can't get anybody on mine.
Our electricity isn't working. Is the power?
And that one was so creepy, but so cool at the same time. Definitely big fan of Twilight Zone. Always got to check the calculator area when I'm at Goodwill, and did find something. Got a TI-83 Plus with no cover. Doesn't turn on. Well, just no batteries, but it doesn't look too bad. They got it for $2.99. I may take a chance on this. The screen's a little messed up too, which, yeah. But these sell originally for $25 to $30, and I think if I can get this to work, I should be able to sell it for around 20-ish on the lower end. And if it doesn't work, maybe I could sell it for parts and at least get my money back. $2.99, it's not a bad amount. So I did happen to find two more items. Actually found a DVD that has some decent value, Tales from the Crypt, the 7th season. And yeah, this one goes for around 15 to 20. So I think that's a good pickup. And then I also found this right here, Wheel of Fortune. This looks like a regular Wii game, but it's actually brand new and sealed. So this thing actually sells for around 15 to 20 as well. So I'm probably just gonna pick it up and flip it. Just gonna grab these.
Yeah, like sometimes my skin get red, like Austin.
Yeah.
Would you like to run up 45 cents?
No, it's okay.
11.55.
Made my way to another Goodwill and found some games that I'm definitely interested in picking up. Got Dark Souls 1, got Devil May Cry. Rarely see this one often. And then also Far Cry 3. May pick these up to add to the collection. So this Goodwill, I always tend to find more video games here, and a lot of good ones here. I think I have a decent amount of these already, but I think we'll just go with these three. I know our funds are pretty low, so if I were to pass on one, it would probably be Far Cry. But yeah, I think I might grab all three of them. Just gonna grab these three.
Nice.
Like around the 54 cents, just broke those mission.
No, it's okay. Alright guys, so just got back from getting my haircut for this week. We're currently in our game room right now. Got the showcase right here. And I've got some bad news. We pretty much exhausted most of our funds. And we're going to need to get some stuff listed and sold on eBay soon so we can recoup a lot of that. I did have an idea though. I think I'm going to go through some of these games in the back and see if we can find any duplicates or items that I'm just not really interested in keeping and add those to eBay to get sold to recoup some money. So when it comes to flipping games, the magic number I try to aim for is $14. If it can sell for at least $14 on eBay, I usually get back around $7 or $8 after eBay fees and shipping. So I'm looking for games that I can sell for at least $14. There are a couple games that I've never played and don't really care too much about, but there are also some duplicates. So right off the bat, we're looking at the Xbox 360 section, and I do know that I have 2 copies of Grand Theft Auto 5. I got one for the Xbox 360, and then also one for the Xbox One. For some weird reason, I'm seeing that it sells a little higher on the Xbox 360, and so since we do have a duplicate, I may just pull it out and throw it on eBay. I think it sells for, I don't know, 10 to 15. I'm just going to put it up for $15 or $14 and see if it sells. This one's actually pretty weird because I saw this in the video when I grabbed it too. It's actually got the second disc, and it's also got a copy of Grand Theft Auto 4 in there for whatever reason. But underneath that is actually, no. So it's got both the discs up top. So disc 1 and 2, and then we've got like a free copy of Grand Theft Auto 4 for whatever reason. I may just take it out, or I could include it in the sell, but I don't know. But we're definitely gonna list this one up. I also thought about Monopoly, but Monopoly, without the manual, it only goes for around like 10-ish bucks, and that wouldn't be worth it. And I really thought about Minecraft too, which I think I may actually flip this one. Did enjoy Minecraft. I don't think I'm gonna find another copy, but I think the value for this is still around $14 too. So I may just list it and see if it does sell. Looking over the Xbox One section, I don't really see anything that could have some decent value or anything I want to get rid of. I know we bought a couple of these from GameStop for like a few bucks a piece. For the PlayStation 2, I do see this Fatal Fury. This one I bought really early on, and I don't know, I kind of like it. I kind of want to keep as many PlayStation 2 games as I can, so we'll think on that. I do remember too that I got 2 copies of Black Ops 1. I got one for the PlayStation 3 and one for the Xbox. And honestly, I might sell the one for the Xbox simply because it's missing a manual. So even without the manual, I think it might go for 12 to 14. If I can sell it for 14, that'd be great. And then down here, we got a couple more games as well. Nothing really too valuable over here. But right here, we've got the PlayStation stuff. Was really thinking about Vice City, but there's so many like variants of Vice City Stories, and in that trilogy pack, I think by itself it doesn't really go for much. Jak 3, this one's missing the manual, so I may just end up having to keep it. But the Zone of the Enders I got from Half Price Books, and I was planning on selling it, but it's so cool, this dual pack with the Metal Gear Solid demo disc. I think ultimately I may end up selling it. It goes for around $25. So we've got 4 games that we could potentially just sell, list on eBay, and I think I'd be okay with. Alright, so that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. We're really low on funds, and I don't really want to go out and spend more money. I kind of want to get a lot of this stuff listed on eBay so we can build up that game fund. So I'm going to quickly go over everything that we picked up this week, and we actually did pick up a lot of good stuff. The first place we stopped at was in Eau Claire, and it was Gaming Generations. This was a really great game store, one of my top game stores that I really enjoy going to, just because they have amazing deals. They have those racks for $1 games, $2 games, and $5 games. So right off the bat, we got a Traptanium Portal, probably my favorite thing that I've been flipping so far in this series. I bought this for 15 bucks, and it actually does sell for around 50 to 60. Then we picked up a stack of games. I'm going to go over the $1 games first. We got a brand new sealed PS4 game for $1, Babylon's Fall. Never seen it, never heard of it. It's probably bad if they're only selling it for $1, and it's brand new and sealed. Then we picked up Army of Two. I'm actually a big fan of these Army of Two games. I remember playing with my brother a lot on the Xbox 360, a fun cooperative shooting game. And then we also got Grand Theft Auto 3 for $1. Any Grand Theft Auto games we can get for cheap, that's awesome. And then we got these $2 games. The first one was Dead Island. The visuals of this game were so amazing. Playing a zombie game on an island and a little bit funny as well. Then we picked up BioShock 2 and 3. Great to finally complete this set of games on the Xbox 360. BioShock 2 was a ton of fun. You got to play as the Big Daddy. And then BioShock Infinite was a little bit different from the other two since you were no longer in Rapture. You were in the sky. I forgot what the city was called. But the cover of this is really cool because it's like reversible. And that's why it's got this red cover. If you flip it back, it actually goes back to the original cover. Then we got Batman Arkham Asylum. This was the first one in the series that released, definitely a classic. And then the last game we picked up was Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock on the Nintendo Wii. We got this for like $8, which is a little high. I was debating on it, but it actually does sell for around $30. So at least we're making a $10 profit, and I think this game does sell pretty quick on eBay. Then we got some pretty cool pickups from Goodwill. The first thing we got was a TI-83 Plus calculator, and I did put some new batteries in there. I cleaned it up and it does work. So here you can see I just typed in a bunch of stuff. The only bad thing is it's got like this black smear or smudge on the screen that you can't really get off. I think that kind of decreases the value, but at the end of the day it's still a calculator that does work. Then we got some cheap Xbox 360 games at the first Goodwill. Grand Theft Auto 4, a great one as well, New York City. We picked up Far Cry 3. I played this one a little bit, but for some reason, this first-person game made me very sick. Like, the movement of the camera and everything was just, yeah, not good for me. Then we picked up Burnout Paradise. I remember these Burnout games. I don't think I played this one, but a fun car crashing game. And then we picked up a DVD at that first Goodwill, Tales from the Crypt. I just, for some reason, remember that it does have some decent value. And then at the second Goodwill, we got these games for $3 a piece, which is a little bit high, but Devil May Cry, I don't really see this one often. I haven't played this one. I've only played Devil May Cry 4. So, yeah, not sure if these are good or not. And then we got Dark Souls. This one, I remember playing about halfway through as well, never completed. I'm not the biggest fan of these, harder difficulty games, but definitely rewarding when you do start beating bosses. And then the last game we got is Wheel of Fortune. This one I'm going to flip. It's brand new and sealed, and actually does have some decent value. It goes for around $20. And that pretty much concludes our video. Really happy with the pickups that we got this week, but I think we're just going to list everything and wait. Now that we've got more time to just wait and see if things can sell, hopefully we do sell a lot of this stuff quick and we can have some funds for the next week. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys on the next one.